Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cowboys Huddle. What's up, Foots the King?
Joe, we're back. We're refreshed. We're ready to hit it. Been doing some work around the internet with some people. Let's go, man.
Let's get this thing going,
Let's do it.
All right, so for everybody, thanks for coming back to Cowboys Huddle. We're off our break, and we're back at it, all right? So, we didn't really ask for that many questions for our previous video, but we did get a couple. But we do encourage you guys to put questions for our next segment. So, as you're commenting, make sure you put in questions for the next segment, and we'll get to them if we can. So go ahead.
Yeah, because training camp is on the way, so get those questions in. We'll hit them. We'll give our opinion. Our thing is hands-on with you all, so yeah, definitely.
That's right, man. That's right. So we're going to get right into it. Let's go into the Q&A. We got a couple here. This is serious. I'm going into cat mode. Foots.
You going in early, Joe?
Yeah, got to.
I can't find my cap. I'm going to go in a scarf mode.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I like that, man. I might do that in winter if it gets cold over here.
Nice.
All right, let's do this. You ready? Here we go, Foots. This is from David Cook. Hey, guys, great show. How many yards will Zeke have rushing this year?
Ezekiel Elliott will have 1,500 rushing. Now, where he will improve is his as a receiver. Matchup issues, other teams, screens. I think his rushing yards will be down. Not by much, but down. He's not going to slow down. But I think he'll improve as a receiver, and that's where his touches will go. Matchup issues, because you got to think, if teams go nickel, they go dime, we'll run out of a 5-down lineman set. And then if they try to, stay 8 in the box or whatever, slip Zeke out on a linebacker, I think it's something that he's been working on in the offseason. They've been working on in the offseason. So 15, and I'd say maybe 600 receiving. That might be a little hefty, but he'll have a good number receiving.
600. That's a good number, man. That means that the offense, they're gonna be clicking, man. That's some heavy damage. I like it.
I expect our offense definitely to click.
Heck yeah, man. I got another one here from our man Hirsch Patel. Thanks for putting this in. Yes, sir.
Nice.
So, he's got this one talking about Jourdan Lewis. Jourdan Lewis was ranked first for coverage skills before last season. I compare him to Chris Harris Jr., like many others have before. I definitely see the similarity in size and versatility. What do you guys think he could do for America's team?
Jourdan Lewis coming out of the draft, had it not been for his legal issues, easily could have been a first-round player. And if not for his size, may have some of the best cover ability, if not the best, just pure coverage, hips, feet in this draft. I'm talking about better than, kid that went to the Saints. He is that good when it comes to coverage. Sidney Jones, none of them could really tie Jourdan Lewis' shoes, but obviously he's a smaller corner, 5'10" on a good day. He's not really that big of a corner. So those are probably questions that came up in teams' minds. To me, I think the Cowboys got it still, but that's me. So, what do you think, Joe?
How do you I didn't watch all his game film here up to the draft. I only saw a few games, but how do you think he performed in like the bigger type of games? Like, does he have that pedigree? What do you think?
Oh, in big games, he's awesome, dude. Obviously, everybody knows the pick that he had against Wisconsin. That's a huge game. Then you're thinking about just the Florida State game, played well. That was a battle because he got a touchdown called to him late, but he still made a play. Marshawn Lattimore was the cornerback I was talking about earlier. I had to make sure I had that one right. But he's definitely big game pedigree, 100%. Penn State game, had a couple good battles, not this year, but the year before. So, yeah, Jourdan Lewis, the one-handed pick, will come up. For a small guy, he'll tackle. Dallas did a good job, Joe, targeting corners, defensive backs that will tackle. And I know why. It's because they want to play a lot of nickel. They want DBs on the field because they look and say, look at Atlanta, look at Seattle. Team speed is how you're going to win in the NFL this year. And just moving forward, period. But you can't give up much against these running backs.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. I think at the end of the season, like they said, like they talked about this, at the end of the season, they looked at the, their players and what their options were going to be. If this guy left, tell me Will McClay, who are going to be some guys that we're going to have. And man, Will McClay, I think, I don't think he has to be directed. I think he already knew, like what Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones want for the table, man. I think, like you said, these guys that can tackle, nickel, that kind of thing. We got a lot of players that fill those roles of versatility. So, man, for me, I think he's a steal too, man. Just the off field, and that's coming up. We're gonna find out here what's gonna happen here on the 24th. So we'll see what happens, but I feel good about him in the long term for sure, man. I think Jourdan Lewis has the potential to be a star here, man. Honestly.
No, seriously, yeah. I mean, if you're talking about pure coverage, can play. He's probably best fit for the inside, but you see him going against bigger guys in college. He didn't give up much. There was little to no separation. So, everybody wants these big receivers. These big corners, excuse me. You better make sure they can cover. Yeah. Everybody's not Richard Sherman. Everybody's not, Patrick Peterson. He's not a super, super big corner. And, I remember Brandon Browner not too long ago played for New England, Seattle. But everybody's not going to be a 6'5", 215-pound corner. Mm-hmm. And if they are, show me their deficiencies because I'm sure they have some.
That's so true, man. And that's so true, like, around the league. You got other teams, they want to mimic what other teams do, but they're just not good at it. Like, you saw the Saints trying to draft offensive linemen trying to follow the Cowboys blueprint, and they bombed on all their offensive line picks, so they had to spend big in free agency. So,
yep.
You're right, man.
Giants as well.
Yep.
You got to have the scouting department. You got to have a plan. I always talk about plan with Garrett. They had a plan. They knew exactly what kind of player they wanted to draft. I'll tell you a story. I remember when I first really, really heavily got into scouting. Now, I was into it in the draft before, but then when I really dug deep, I'll never forget the Senior Bowl with Zach Martin versus Aaron Donald.
Oh, yeah.
And the only people that could block Aaron Donald coming out of Pittsburgh was Zach Martin.
That's right.
Now, Aaron AD obviously is probably the one. Aaron Donald's probably the best defensive player in football right now. He's a D lineman, so he doesn't get. But he's one of those D linemen, you could just watch him play football, and it's amazing. So, those little things were what Dallas said. These guys could be special.
Man, I'm right there with you, man. I remember because I'm a Notre Dame fan. I remember when Pitt battled against these guys, man. Although Zach was playing at tackle, he wasn't playing at guard, but at the Senior Bowl,
they didn't have him in at guard. But I remember during the Senior Bowl they were doing drills. I'll never forget.
Yeah. That's what I was saying too, man. He looked good in those drills, man, and that's what got a lot of people like the wheels rolling their head, like, hey, could we go offensive line here? Zach Martin, and then the name just started picking up speed, man. But Aaron Donald, man, that dude is a beast. I remember during the draft, I was like, man, I was dreaming, can we trade up and get this guy? Can he fall? But there was no way he was gonna fall, man. He was too good.
Dallas actually, they may have to blame themselves. I remember once they started talking about him, talking him up, teams just got hit, and it was a wrap. And he wouldn't have snuck under the radar.
Yeah.
But he's so good. He's so compact. He's so quick. He's a beast.
That 2014 draft had some stars, man.
Yes, it did. That was a great draft. You're right.
Heck yeah. All right, so I got a good one here for you. You ready for this one?
Let's do it, Brody.
All right, this is from D-Book. He says, it's the fourth quarter. Dak goes down. 13 minutes to go. Tied game. Can Kellen Moore get us the win?
Joe Rod, can Kellen Moore get us a win? Tie game. Yes, because he's just going to hand the ball off to Ezekiel Elliott 1,000. No. Joe, Joe, Kellen Moore, when he came in, you thinking of 2015, 2015 season, rather. Didn't have Dez. Didn't have, too many playmakers. The season felt weird. The vibe was off. I think with a healthy team, Kellen Moore could ink out a couple wins. I really do. I think ultimately he's a career backup for a reason. But I do think that he's a serviceable guy. And he'll show that this year in training camp. He'll come in, he'll do some things and just say, okay, I see you, Kellen. And then preseason, he'll do the same thing. Obviously, Dak's the guy, and you need that healthy competition. You need people pushing each other. So I think that, nonetheless, that Kellen is just the guy. But I think that if he needed to bring a game home, he could. To get it home, yes, he could park the car.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think he's right.
That's a good question, D-Book.
That was a great question, man. I like that one. So that's it for Q&A, guys. So like I said, go ahead and put questions for our next Cowboys Huddle. So go ahead and submit your questions, and we'll try to get to all of them.
We're hitting it hard moving forward.
Yes, sir. All right, so this next segment, Foots, this is going to be something new here. At least for this video and maybe for the future ones. But this is going to be called Buy or Sell. All right? You ready for these ones?
Let's do it, bro.
All right, buy or sell. Rico Gathers makes the 53-man roster. Are you buying or selling that?
I'm buying. Rico Gathers will
Okay.
make the 53-man roster.
Here we go. All right. How about this one here? Ezekiel, okay, buy or sell. Ezekiel Elliott has 40 catches this season.
Wow. Buy. Let's do it.
That's a good number. That if we want him to be more involved in the passing game, that could happen. So I'm with you on that. I'm gonna say buy too.
Yes.
I'm coming at you with the Jaylon Smith one. You ready for this one?
Yes, sir.
Jaylon Smith plays in 8 or more games this year.
Woo! Because the man is so humble. He's such a positive person. I think that, it's been a lot of speculation about his knee. Is he really, really healthy? Why are they hiding him? This, that, and the third. Jaylon Smith will.
You're buying.
Jaylon Smith will play in 13 games this year.
There we go. You heard it here first, everybody. All right?
Let's do it.
Here's the next one. Buy or sell. Cowboys start this season 4-0 without David Irving on defense.
Sell. 3-1.
All right. I can live with that. Who's giving us that loss?
Joe Rod. Who are our first 4 games? Do you know?
I know we got the Giants.
I know we got the Giants first.
Yeah.
Let me look. We can go 4-0, Joe. I get Larry a team starting off the year so hot. I remember the Raiders did it. They kind of fell off after Carr got hurt. But he did get hurt.
Yeah.
You know what? Screw it. We're going 4-0. Let's do it.
Let's do it. There we go. I love the confidence. Foots the king. Bringing it heavy here. Here we go. I got another good one here for you. Buy or sell. Taco Charlton has 5 or more sacks this year.
Buy.
All right.
Definitely. Taco's going to be my surprise of this year. Trust me.
It's crazy that he's not getting that much discussion.
I love it, Joe. I love it. Expectations are down.
There we go. Yeah, I like it too,
because
man.
That's how it always happens, yo. Always. That's why I'm scared of Ryan Switzer. Trust me.
I'm with you, man. I know that's so true. That's so true. All right, and here's my last one for you. Buy or sell. Jonathan Cooper is your starting left guard week 1.
Sell.
All right. I know.
It's gonna be who's our old right tackle? Who's our old swing tackle? Chaz Green.
He's gonna be Chaz.
He's gonna get his act together. He's gonna beat Cooper out for the job.
Good ones, man. Good ones.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's get into it. You got a miscellaneous question here, Foots, or what?
Joe, you're stranded on a deserted island.
All right.
3 things that you would, if you had to have. What beer would it be?
Okay.
What female would it be? What pizza you ordering? Go.
Dang, man, that. I see. I love closing our segments out with the miscellaneous.
I love it too, Joe. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's a good one, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Stranded island. 3 things. First beer. My beer of choice. I'm gonna have to say Dos Equis.
Okay.
That's gonna be my beer there. And what woman is gonna be there with me? I'm gonna go with the 1990s Cindy Crawford.
Ooh.
All right, and then for 3 for the pizza, I'm gonna go with a stuffed crust Pizza Hut pizza.
Stuffed crust, okay.
You only live once, right?
With me, it would be, if I had to choose like a date, it would probably be, I'm a real big Pam Grier fan, old school. I don't know if you know who Pam Grier is. She's awesome. She's beautiful. Beer, I don't drink beer, but I have had an Angry Orchard before. The little sweet apple ale is pretty good.
Those are good.
And pizza, Papa John's for me, man. And I'm a health nut, but I do like to, I like smoothies. I love smoothies. You know that, Joe.
Hey, and that's a segue for this. If you don't follow Foots on Instagram, make sure you follow him. He'll show you all the smoothies, videos. It's a good follow. Follow Foots on Instagram.
Joe Rod, man. Thank you, guy.
Yeah,
you got the. Hey, Joe, I'm leaving you with the miscellaneous question next week, bro.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That was good, man. All right, everybody. Well, that's it for right now. Obviously, it's not as long as the previous one, but we're definitely picking it up here for the next one. So, like we said, put your comments and questions here for next week, and we'll get to them on next week's video. Foots.
Yes, sir.
How can people get to you, man? How can they get to you?
Hey, at Foots the King on social media, doing music, playing drums, making smoothies, just all things creation. Working on an album right now, so that's really been eating up a lot of my time. And then Cowboys Nation over here, where I want to ease my mind, want to talk sports with you all. Me, Joe Rod, just good people. Cowboys Nation's TV, man. Me and Joe came together to do this segment. It's been really fun, and it's going to grow throughout the season. Just giving you all a different prospect. Just giving you all a different perspective. And then we obviously have been working with Law and Vosh Lombardi, and those are good guys. They're cool.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better, man. One humble fan to another. I'm glad you guys are able to join us here, me and Foots the King here. And that's it, guys. We'll see you here for the next video. Peace.
Peace.